In March 1997, during the peak of the Bougainville crisis, Prime Minister Julius Chan contracted the Sandline international mercenaries upon frustration on continual unsuccessful attempts on resolving Bougainville crisis both militarily and through negotiations. The Sandline mercenaries were skillful soldiers with more advanced arms and aircrafts and have been previously used to enforce the brutal apartheid policies. Chan thought the involvement of Sandline mercenaries in the front line against Bougainville Revolution Army would help them to capture and eliminate Bougainville Revolution leaders, and this would pave way for the mining to reopen. In an exclusive interview with an Australian newspaper, Francis Ona, leader of the Bougainville Revolutionary Army, repeatedly announced that his fighters would wipe out the mercenaries. He had ordered his men to shoot on sight. Rebel leaders were reported as saying that their fighters were roaming like dogs and were hunting the mercenaries, and that the B.R.A. were high-spirited and ready for action. When Francis Ona's and several other rebel leaders' responses to Sandline mercenaries were mainstreamed to the media platforms, many people got stunned. How could the soldiers with less number and without advanced arms and ammunition speak so confidently to defeat the highly trained and skillful mercenaries with advanced arms, ammunitions and aircrafts on their island? From the account of the hardcore Bougainville Revolution fighters, the information of the Sandline mercenaries was well received by the Bougainville Revolution Army on the island. The leaders of the revolution were very concerned and held a special summit in the remote mountains of central Bougainville. The objective of this special summit was to find ways to combat and counter the Sandline mercenaries' operations on the island of Bougainville. In a summit that followed, the Bougainville Revolution leaders had reached a resolution to adopt a "Look North" policy, which was to request for immediate backup and military support from the communist countries in the north as far as Russia. The Bougainville Revolution leaders had proposed that after the war would be over, a country in the north that would participate militarily to help Bougainville Revolution Army to eliminate mercenaries would be given the permit to mine the Pongana for a period of agreed time as their price for their support. Unfortunately, on March 19, 1997, the Chan policy of involving Sandline mercenaries was withdrawn and the Chan was forced to step down as a prime minister, as opposed and protested by many Papua New Guineans. With the withdrawal of the Sandline operation and the stepping down of Chan from the office, the B.R.A.'s Look North policy was also not executed. So perhaps, the B.R.A.'s Look North policy would have been the main reason why the revolution leaders were speaking fearlessly and confidently to combat the Sandline threat on their island.